welcome. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. All right, on the docket today, we have Love in Paradise Season 3, Episode 9, Just a Friend. Sure he is. Sure she is.
This is
Don't
just
they always say
stupid.
that?
This is just stupid at this point. I've got nothing left for this
Oh my
show. I
God, I forgot
really
to take this
don't.
off. Here we go. You got nothing. I'm just like really so sad. This used to be like a fave. And it used to be so good. And now it's just like poopy.
I mean, like when I watched it, I was like, don't none of y'all make sense. Well, some of y'all make sense. And when I say some of y'all, I mean maybe like two people on the whole show make sense.
You
What
found two people that make sense?
that makes sense. Two people, not two couples, two people.
Who were they?
So to me, Juan made sense. But he's always pretty much made sense. Juan, you need to kick Jessica to the curb very quickly, baby or not. Like send whatever Colombian money you make, send it to her. Don't go with her. I don't. No. And here's we might as well talk about them. My issue
Okay,
is
wait.
this
Hold on. We
with
starting with Juan
we
and
start with Juan
Jessica?
and his
Okay.
sidekick. Juan and the sidekick. Um, yeah. Okay, so he's cooking and she's trying to get on him about cooking. I'm like, leave him, let that man cook. Shut up. And then he didn't. I like the fact that he mentioned he's like, Megan like confronted me. He's like, I really didn't like that. I understand that they're good friends, but she needs to back off. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
kudos to you, Juan. And then sitting around with the family, they make the announcement. The family's happy. If it's a girl, they're gonna name it after his mother, who just recently passed. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
But he told her straight up, and I appreciate this about him. He's like, to get the good money, I need to flirt a little bit. And she's like, okay, that's fine, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. But then he's all when he said I need to do that to make the money. She's like, well, um, there's basically her mental health is more important than him making money. I'm like, back up, back up, back up, back up, ma'am. You met this man. I think they met on the cruise ship.
Mm-hmm. The same way how he met the other girl who DM'd her.
Yeah.
But okay.
I'm like, you're okay. She contradicted herself. You're okay with him flirting a little bit to get the money, but not too much. And she's like, you need to make it very clear that you have a girlfriend. I'm like, can we back up a little bit? I thought y'all was engaged. I'm like, are we gonna learn to keep these stories straight? Because I remember engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you remember engagement too?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, just want to make sure. Just want to make
Yep.
sure because she said girlfriend, not
Mm-hmm.
fiance, not
Mm-hmm.
future wife, not baby
Mm-hmm.
soon to be baby mama, but girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm. Jessica, this is why we don't like you. This is why we don't like you.
Well, here's another thing that thoroughly irritated me with her, right? So she is 2 months pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 months ago, she was in Colombia with him to discuss how she got this DM and about the cheating scandal and all of this. And she listened to what he had to say. He listened to what she had to say. And they came to agreement that they was moving past this, getting engaged, and that's the trip she got pregnant on. Is that correct? Because she said she had baby fever, and he said, well, once can't get her pregnant. And it did. He raw dogged her, and she
Mm-hmm.
got pregnant. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you had that trip 2 months ago where you settled your issues with regards to this situation, you got engaged and got pregnant, you would think that she got past this. But he said in a confessional that she keep on bringing it up for the past 2 months. And she
Mm-hmm.
sick her attack dog Megan on him as well. And then she coming to pick up the scraps. Honey boo boo, you cannot say that you accepted a proposal from this man and got pregnant and still complaining about a DM. You can't have it both ways, because that's not
Right.
a good relationship, because you still hanging on to something that I would assume, because I wouldn't have proposed to her if she didn't forgive me for that.
Exactly. Point
Or
blank.
like,
Period.
I don't understand this. I
And
don't
then you,
understand this.
but then you can't tell. And then you, to your further point, like I said before, you can't say you're okay with him flirting, and then get mad when he flirts to get to the money.
No, and then on top of that, she want him to be rapido and fix up the apartments. But how he gonna do that if he ain't got no money? And how he supposed to give child support to you and your kid that you went and got knocked up with? And if he's not on the boat doing what he got to do? Just saying. Like, she's not making any sense whatsoever, and she's letting her insecurities
Mm-hmm.
ruin a possibly a semi-decent relationship. But it's on top of that, she know how she got him, because she know
Right.
all of the flirty little eyes, the winks, and all of that he does on the cruise ship, because that's how he got in your pants, stupid. And every time, that's why your butt is on a cruise every 2 months, wasting money that could be going towards your current children and the one that you are percolating. I'm sorry, Jessica, but you are behaving very high school or even junior high school. I might demote you to junior high school. And I have no more patience for it. Juan, go on your next 6-month contract. Do all of the winks, the licks, do all the licks, do all the little slight touchings when you're passing the glass over, gently brush your arm on the bar, and go on all the excursions with all the girls that you're hooking up with. Do it, because she already has condemned you for doing it, whether you did it or not in the past. So just make it a fact. Make it a fact. Get all your tips. Make this the biggest trip you ever did. Make this the most successful contract, and build your apartments, and then send her $50 US a month for her kid, and stay your ass in Colombia. I'm so sick of these two.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Who's next?
Oh, who is
Let's
next?
do Matthew
Oh,
and Anna, because they were a waste of time.
oh my
Or do you
gosh.
want to do Carlos and Valentine? Because that was another waste of time.
Let's do Carlos and Valentine. There was no Carlos. There was no
There was
Valentine
no
in this. So
Valentine. Yeah. So we meet the Michelle. Um, did he ever tell Valentine that she had a whole boyfriend that she was living with?
no.
Carlos, you just dumb.
But for him, but like here's the whole thing. This is why I have an issue with Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna sit here and blame this girl, or say like she was the reason the wedding was called up when y'all been fighting since the day y'all met? I'm
But
sorry.
here's the thing. She wasn't the reason why the wedding
No.
was called off. It was him.
Yeah, but did you see how the conversation went? How he painted the conversation?
Yeah, and she was more than willing to get some of that paint on her by saying, "Oh my God, so I'm the reason why?" Really? Girl, stop. Girl, stop.
This was the dumbest segment. I'm like, next.
It was so infuriating. And you can look at him saying he still wants her. He still
Yeah,
wants her, and she know it. And that's why she show up the way how she do.
right.
I don't get it, but Carlos sweetheart, um you're the reason why you aren't currently getting married on the show, because you ain't placed your fiance first. You were
Exactly.
so concerned about the guest list. That wedding should have just been about you and him. That's it. And now, what are you doing? Crying tears into a green drink. Good for you. Have fun in Colombia. Hope you find another sucker like Valentine.
Right?
I still feel like we're going to see a wedding at the end of this.
Really?
I don't know why. Because they keep on asking, did he call? Or asking Carlos and then asking Valentine. You notice, like last week, the mom was like, did he call? And then this week, Michelle was like, did he call? Um, they're, I feel like it.
I'm interested to see.
And then we'll find out that the legal paperwork, the licenses were never submitted or whatever. But
Right.
I feel that we'll still get a wedding. It's just stupid. All right, let's go to these other two idiots, Matthew and Anna.
Okay, here's the thing with them. Were they a waste? Yes, but is it wrong that I got a chuckle after he realized that she not really wanted him? He just happened to be there. Like her whole goal is to get to the United States.
I was laughing so hard
Okay, I
because
don't feel
it
so
looked
bad.
like it never occurred to him that she was the ticket to the States.
Yeah, I'm looking
And
at him like,
then,
how do you not know?
but listen, she's going to be good at this eventually. So this must have been her first, like, pigeon that she reeled in. Because she let it all hang out at how disappointed she was. Like she couldn't keep it back. She was like, wait, what? 2 years? I gotta
Yeah,
I gotta put up with you for 2 years? Like I was
right,
supposed to be cutting and running by 2 years.
right.
When listen, I knew her true feelings. Remember when they was in the room packing to go to the countryside and he was fussing with his hair and she said, Jesus. I
Yeah,
was like, she hates you, dude. You and your swollen foot and your cow licking your hair and your weird little physique. She hates you, but you are a means to an end. So
right.
she will let you touch her and dig up in her and root all over her as long as you pay that fare for her to get to the United States. You deserve whatever you get.
But the killing part is when he asked her, "Do you love me?" Basically, do you love me more than you want to come to the United States? And there was a long pause. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and then when she said, "Well, I've always wanted to come to the United States, but then, now it's you." What?
Yeah, but I need a, I needed a reason, and that reason is you, and now that reason is you. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, "Girl, you don't say that out loud."
I was thinking the same thing.
But I'm glad you did.
Right, it was very entertaining for us.
You know what? What's her name? Um, Jasmine. Jasmine from Panama needs to hold a little, um K1 visa beginners 101 class for gals like Anna. She needs to do that on OnlyFans and she would make a lot of money because you can say those things out loud, but you got to say it in a way where he's stupid enough to believe it.
Right.
You still a little bit too truthful and too blunt. Um or she must have thought that he was just that into her.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna go with
know.
that one.
Yeah. Black Lavender, she was very disappointed. Like when when she got up and she said, I gotta go. She left the church. Oh, when she said, may the force, what she said, may the force be with you after he said amen.
Yeah,
I don't believe that part. I really don't because she's from Brazil. That's a huge Catholic country. Like, why?
right.
First of all, why she came to church looking like that? She ain't throw nothing over her shoulders and airing out her crutch. I'm sorry. she couldn't have come up in our church looking like that.
But
And
did she,
I
but,
and
but her
I'm not even
reaction
like
though,
religious, but I know how to step foot in the church.
just killed me when he said it was gonna take 2 years, and she damn near fell out in the church. Like she just
Mm-hmm.
like she's like, I gotta deal with you for 2 more. Like you said, I gotta deal with you for 2 more years. What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me
Yeah.
that. She's like, well, when did you meet with the lawyer? And he said like what X amount of months ago, and she really
No,
broke
he
it
told him just before he
just
came.
before. It was just before.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's been meeting with him for months, but
right.
the
Okay.
delay because of the backup from COVID now is like 18 to 24 months. And she's like, "Why didn't you tell me before?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't want to ruin a vacation," which is true. But she's
Mm-hmm.
turned that around to say, "Well, he's lying to me." And you lying to him. Uh-uh. I don't understand. She might as well have told him she'll give him a green card. I miss you, Black Lavender. You're a mess. It's just stupid. And I feel like he thought that this gal really liked him and his, club foot. Um, his eyes bugged out when with her reaction. Um, Matthew, just go home and try again.
Yeah.
Go home and try again. Find somebody who's not that young and that green, who can lie to you properly so that you'll believe it.
But he was
Just
really in
saying.
his confessional like dumbfounded. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was. I'm looking at him like you really thought she was that into you. You really thought she loved you that much.
Mm-hmm. But
He's
she's
like,
stupid too, right? Because why would she think that that was going to come through in 8 to 12 months? Like the U.S. government never processed stuff that quickly.
I think that was the bait he used to hook her.
Then he get what he deserved.
That too.
And then did you notice she said, what about the other visas?
Right.
What other visas?
I think she's like tourist. Okay, let's go back. Now, thank you for mentioning the visa. Let's go back to her confessional. Remember, she said she's always wanted to go to the United States,
Mm-hmm.
but she couldn't afford she couldn't afford the visas. Period. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She asked about
Mm-hmm.
the other visas, and she's like, basically, okay. She's smarter than we give her credit for. She said, "What about the other visas? Because with the other visas, she ain't got to marry him. She just needs to get
Mm-hmm.
here and dip on out,
Yep. Yep.
like a
But what?
tourist
But
visa."
she's an English teacher or something like that, right?
Right. She can
That's what
get a
she
tourist
said.
visa. Right. But she mentioned that because she wants him to pay for her tourist visa or her student visa or whatever, and get
Mm-hmm.
her there, and then she can dip on out.
He want to lock her down with a marriage. That's why he's
Yes.
automatically ruling out the other ones because he said that she didn't qualify. Yes, she would if she
Hmm.
coming for education and you paying for it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, she could. I mean, if she taking, I wonder if she taking University of Phoenix classes, would that count as education?
Mm, I don't
That's what.
know.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. She was trying to get here because she just all she said was, and I'm going to stick by what she said. The reason
Mm-hmm.
why she couldn't get because she couldn't afford the fees.
Mm-hmm. So probably the tuition and the visa
Right.
thing.
Or if it's just the tourist visa, just she couldn't afford the tourist visa.
I got a feeling she probably would have gotten declined for the tourist visa because I highly doubt that she has a job.
Uh, Never mind. She
I
could be
do.
online. She could be online. All she would really have to do is create an OnlyFans, and she would have a job.
No, oh Lord! Since when OnlyFans qualify at the United States Embassy abroad? Eh, eh.
Online content creator.
That's not a real job.
If you're making money at it, to me, it's a real job.
She's not in that percentile.
Shut up.
Let's just
She's
call a
just
thing a thing.
she's not there.
Exactly. And I'm saying this as somebody from a Caribbean country who has to walk up into the United States Embassy and go for those visa interviews. They see her sit down in that chair. They're like, uh-huh, we know what you want. Decline. Try again next year.
Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm.
Decline. Rejected. No.
I couldn't even feel
Mm-mm.
bad for him in that moment. I just laughed. I'm like, really thought.
Delusional. Delusional.
I'm
Oh,
looking at him like y'all have no chemistry.
they don't.
She had more chemistry
And
with the
why they
strangers
keep
y'all met.
focusing on his feet whenever they do a shot of him? Oh,
Hmm. She had more
annoying.
chemistry with the strangers
Annoying.
who was hitting on her than
The cowboy.
she had with him. Yeah.
Good luck to y'all. I hope they implode. Um, all right, let's get to the pièce de resistance. These two fools. They decide to go up into the mountains to visit his mom and the family dim. His mom is a little cutie pie. I don't know what rock she was talking about. That is a regular schmegula. Like we got one of them pathways, two of them pathways leading around our country homes. Yeah, you do run on them. Do you skate out? Yes. But when you're a kid, that's what you do. That's a typical country, pathway. Whatever. She gets there, she's all into it, she's happy, she's being introduced to his mom. He said he takes her around the house and he goes, I've done some of it, but we are really gonna have to work to get it all in cement block, because he got the plan now. She got to build up his mama house.
Right.
So she's like, he tell her, go change your clothes and come and let's go help mom. She comes, she doing the dishes, tell mom go sit down, relax. He going out in the yard doing whatever he doing. And then they decide to have the campfire with the rest of his siblings. He's one of 8. So some of his siblings are coming to join them by the campfire and having some peppermint tea. And I can't vouch for Jamaican peppermint tea. It is good. It is good. My neighbor used to give us some of that. They would bring back fresh peppermint from Jamaica.
Mm.
D- the bomb. The bomb when you boil that up. But I digress. Um, they, what he says that we bought land, um, and we're focusing on the business. You bought a plot of land. That ain't no business if it ain't generating no income.
Right.
Uh-huh. And the sister opened up her mouth and say, so when y'all getting married? And the mom is like, yeah, when y'all suckling down.
She's so cute.
And he was like, I ain't really focusing on that right now. Maybe one of these days I might think about it.
That was hilarious. And
You,
she got pissed. I'm like,
but you
well,
saw the sister was looking directly at Jordan. The sister was watching for Jordan's reaction, and Jordan gave it in spades. Jordan's eyes, like, but she caught herself. She caught herself, and she just settled down, looked away, and she was done with it. And then I think Everton realized he stepped in it and decided to end the evening. Everybody went about their business. But did you see mom in the doorway peeping outside to see them fighting?
yep.
Because mom still need her house doing.
Right.
So she's so dumb. She's like, how could you embarrass me like that in front of our family? I thought that when we picked back up, we would pick up where we left off at being engaged. How so? How did he say that?
Right.
It don't sound like he said nothing like that. You were assuming.
And I'm looking at her like, how are you out here spending this money, mortgaging your future. Let's call it a thing. You're
Mm-hmm.
mortgaging your future with no official proposal.
But where I loved it was where she found her power and she said, I don't even want to marry you anymore and I'll just sell the land in Cayman. I was like, yes, girl. Yes. Flip it because you're never going to make any money off of it.
Exactly.
Get it rezoned and sell it to the best offer that you could get. Because,
1000%.
well, first of all, I wouldn't have even been talking to him. I'd have been sending a letter to my attorney stating to revoke that power of attorney.
Yeah, oh, for sure. First
I
thing you
wouldn't
do.
have said a word to him. I thought she made a tech. Well, it's all for show, but I wouldn't have said nothing to him. I would have sat there and I would have pretended everything was hunky dory, and I would have came on back to the United States, and I probably would have snuck down to Cayman. I would have revoked the power of attorney, and that land would have been sold, and he would have never known nothing until he got arrested for trespassing on somebody else's property. And that's how I would have done that. But I'm a petty bitch.
Well, I mean, he embarrassed her in front of his whole family. So yeah, he kind of deserves what he gets at this point.
But it was just like, what were you expecting, girl? And you said it yourself. Like, I feel like I'm just one of those stupid American women who got taken advantage of. Yes, you were. You've been playing around with him on and off for 12 years, and this is the first
12
time you're
years
meeting his
though.
mom. Girl, get out of here.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
12. Not like y'all just met like 2 years ago. 12.
And she ain't met none of his kids, but she's supporting all of them and never met. Girl, you might as well sit at home and burn your money with a lighter. But okay, girl, whatever. You
Ew.
officially a charity for them.
Right? You better write off all the money you sent him as donations.
Might as well.
I mean, seriously, because I was looking at her like, "Ooh, you real mad. No, I was like, you real mad at him
Mm-hmm.
because basically he stepped in front of his family and told them that he ain't gonna never marry you
Exactly.
and that you didn't spend all your money on them.
Yep. But he got a business though.
But how much you want to bet Mama gonna take him? Something like, what you doing? Don't mess up this money.
I'm sure next week we gonna see that.
Yeah,
I would love it if she would beat him with the pot spoon. My brother used to tell me stories about how they used to get beat with a pot spoon. Oh my God.
wow.
One of my cousins got hit with it after it came out of the pot. So it was hot.
Ooh, it was hot.
And we have metal spoons back in the day. You know those old fashioned big metal spoons? So they was stirring either rice or gravy or some shit like that. One of my cousins did something. My aunt up the spoon, whatax. Got a burn and a tump.
Y'all ruthless down there.
Well, don't fuck with my aunt while she cooking. That was the problem. They was messing with her while she was cooking.
Oh yeah, you can't be
Yeah.
doing that. You can't be doing that. No, no.
I don't miss those days. My God. Just throw the money out the window. These two a match made in hell? Seriously, Black Lavender? Oh my God. They're that bad? Well, yeah. I don't have anything more to say about these two. I got the biggest kiki out of them because it was just beyond stupid. Um, but Everton, I guess he thought he really had her locked down. Um, I wonder I wonder if he's going to use his tape, his his video of her as blackmail or something. I wouldn't be surprised. This is a whole mess. But the both of them deserve what they get.
Well,
They're
yeah, because
stupid.
with Jordan, like you would think with someone who has their own home, you
Mhm.
out here buying a property, you would think that she would be just a little bit more on the ball, not to put herself in this kind of position. On and off for 12 years. I mean, just saying.
Who cares about that? Mortgaging 600K into a property in a foreign country and putting this man as your power of attorney over it? Girl, bye. How dumb are you? Like, did the cakes infect your brain? Did you pop one too many bubbles of balloons up against your head? Like, what sense are you making? Your hard-earned money playing around online doing these videos, and you did this with it? Girl, you should have sat at home with a lighter and just burnt everything. It
Oh my gosh, she's just birthday.
would have been a better quality time for her if she had just sat down there and burnt the bills one at a time than this mess. Ugh. Oh, and one more thing regarding Anna and Matthew. I am very disappointed in the writing team of this particular franchise because their storyline is all over the place. And none of the four sectors of their storyline makes sense. None of it is believable. None of it. It is horrible. Do better. Like, y'all could have gotten a better storyline by reading the back of the Cracker Jacks box, in my opinion. I am so sick of y'all for ruining this show for me personally. Send it back to Discovery Plus and the original team.
I agree. They just completely messed up this franchise, and it was unnecessarily done.
However, I might retract this statement due to the preview for next week, which I finally
Right.
stuck around and saw, where Scott gonna be bringing in Liz from Colombia. Why did Lydia have to check out the hotel already? Because I would have loved to see them meet each other at the pool deck.
Seriously, when I saw that preview, I'm like, "What?" He's like, when he said, "I'm in." He's also ashamed that Lydia and I broke up, but I'm in Dominican Republic like the next couple of days, so I'm gonna take full advantage. I'm like, you see, Lily, like what?
Hey Heidi, welcome, welcome. I mean, ah, listen, if they do bring in Liz,
Hmm.
why did they let Lydia go home?
Hmm.
Why? This would have been epic. We had the showdown with Chantel and Pedro at the pool deck last time. This would have been another, Lydia would have been, tossing bags. But we'll
Well,
see.
I
We'll
think I had
see.
Nicole Liz cat fight. That would be entertaining.
Nicole would have been throwing a bottle from by the door so she could run. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. This was a whole mess. I don't want to say I hate this show now, but
Yeah,
y'all
true.
need to do better. Y'all need to do better. Oh my god. All right. So anyone else? Hey Tina, welcome, welcome. Um Anybody else we need to talk about? We hit all four, right?
Yeah, we hit all four. This
All
was
right.
a very this was weird. This episode felt like it was very quick. Like I felt like it was like nothing really there. It went by like that. I looked up, it was
Mhm.
over. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it was really quick. Even though I was disappointed in a lot of it, um the Everton and Jordan segments really did make me laugh, unfortunately.
And the Anna and Matt segment too.
Well,
I mean, only because it was like he genuinely thought that she loved him for him.
So sad.
I mean, I'm like, and it's bad to laugh, but it's funny because if you've watched these shows for a long time, let's be honest,
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of see like how it plays out in a way and how it's produced,
Mm-hmm.
and you know when it's like super produced, and you can
Mm-hmm.
tell when someone's being very genuine. And with him, he was very genuine. He legit had no clue.
He really probably thought that he was like the 1% that would have a genuine relationship. But I don't think he realized, like, how you been with this girl for so long and you didn't know that about her, that she was dying to get to the US.
Hmm.
Like it just really makes me wonder, how much do these people get to know each other via Snapchat, video calls, it just feels like two strangers meet up in the middle of nowhere and they're getting filmed. Like y'all don't know each other.
Well, that, and then my whole thing is like I said before, he is an online content creator in the like in the I
Mhm.
guess the law space, and she just happened to wind up in your chat. To me, like I said before, she was fishing, and he's the
Mhm.
one that bit, or he bit the
Yeah.
hardest.
Mhm.
Cause she's very like not smooth. She's not like real sneaky. She's very overt.
She's
So
green. She's green at this. This was the first one that nibbled on her hook.
right, and for him not to even see how she wanted to get to the U.S. though, like that never her coming to. Here's the thing, you were talking about applying for like marriage visas.
Mhm.
How did her not wanting to come to the United States all her life not come up? That makes no
Exactly.
sense. That makes no
No,
sense.
but they were talking about multiple types of visas. This is where
For
they gave
visas.
themselves away, because I don't think
Hmm.
they're in a real relationship. I don't. Because if y'all were in a relationship, the K1 would be the only visa y'all talking about.
Very good point.
So I question this relationship. I do. But
I
that's just me.
question it on his end. I don't question it on her end because she's been very upfront and honest.
Wow. So she laying out the kitty cat to get the K1.
Yes, she's like, I'm
Oof.
gonna do what she goes. This is my goal. This is my dream. She wants to come here for opportunity to make money to help her family. That's her only goal, and she's
Mhm.
gonna do what she has to do to get here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So I'm not gonna sit here and fault her for really anything. I fault him for not doing his due diligence.
Well, I fault her for not just like seeing how long it actually takes to get a visa.
True.
Like when you scamming, sorry, not is it scamming? When you enter into negotiations, for services rendered on both ends, you're supposed to know what the estimated delivery time is. And you could hear it from your supplier, but you also going to Google that shit too.
True.
You're not going to only check with your supplier, you're going to check with the person that's delivering it. Why weren't you in the conversations when he was going to the lawyer's office? It was about you, wasn't it? I'd have been like, let's do a three-way WhatsApp. Or just put me on the video and prop the phone up and let me look at the lawyer. I know what you look like, boo. Let me look at the lawyer and see what he's saying when he's saying it.
Fair point. But
You
again,
know?
she's young.
And that's why Jasmine needs to do a K1 Visa 101 class for green girls like this. She just does. Oh my God. All right. So this show was a mess. I have nothing else for
Me
it.
neither.
Hopefully next week we should get a chuckle out of Scott. I'm hoping. And if Nicole lets loose with another bottle toss, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. All right, y'all. Join us at the top of the hour, and we're gonna talk about Match Me Abroad, right?
Yes.
You wouldn't think that I scheduled these shows today. Oh my god. I've been a brain frog all day today. I even forgot to start day drinking. I gotta correct
Oops.
that. um, so join us at the top of the hour, bring your notes. I kind of liked Match Me Abroad.
Yeah,
It was
this
a
was
good
good.
episode. It was a good episode. All right, y'all. Until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.